executed by police in Sandringham, the Hawks and the Johannesburg Metropolitan Department, as well as a private security company, we told, has successfully dismantled a suspected human trafficking ring in Sandringham. According to a tip-off, authorities found several people identified as Ethiopian nationals inside a house in the area. Further investigations led to the arrest of 3 individuals who are now implicated in human trafficking and may be charged in relation to having an illegal firearm. Watching that story for us is SABC News reporter Calvin Dludla, who joins us now live. And Calvin, we don't often come across stories like this, no less in places like Sandringham.
Good morning to you, Ayanda Nyati. Happy New Year. And good morning to our SABC viewers at home. Indeed, we are here in Pretoria, the capital city of South Africa. We are visiting the Hawks, as you have mentioned earlier, that there were people that were found in Sandringham, 26 undocumented Ethiopians. But let me introduce a Hawks media officer. That would be Colonel Nkwalase. Thank you very much for affording us your time. You can tell us about this incident. What really transpired?
Firstly, good day to you and the viewers. What happened is that at around about 9 in the evening, police received a tip-off about the people that were activities that were happening in that property, and then the police swiftly responded, and upon arrival at the property, several individuals were found naked, and some of them had broken already the window and the burglar bars of the window to jump out of the property, even outside of the yard of the premises, and others were seeking to hide in and around the premises close by. So all of those were collected and combined and brought back to the property, and upon counting, it was found there was 26 of them. Of that 26, 11 sustained injuries that varied from minor to serious, and those that had injuries, the 11 of them, were taken to hospital for medical attention. The 15 that remained there were then processed as possible victims of human trafficking. And investigation continued with the stakeholders that were present, that include the SAPS in the area, as well as the Hawks and JMPD and the local security that were very instrumental in assisting the police, particularly for those that had jumped out of the premises into the neighboring community. Yes, so, and then from then, the 3 suspects were found who were allegedly keeping the 26 hostage. 3 of them were found, and they were found in possession of firearms. As a result, they were arrested. They are now facing charges of contravention of Trafficking in Persons Act, as well as illegal possession of firearm.
You are telling me that there was a language barrier because most of them could not speak English properly. There was someone who can speak and that you can communicate with. What is he saying?
All right. What is important is that, of course, as the police, our interest is to find out their origins, why they were there, who kept them against their will. So there were language barriers there, and even their names and individual ages. So there were language barriers, but there was one who could speak a little bit of English who assisted in the process. The reason I'm saying this is that some of the facts at this stage are not yet clear, but as the investigation continues, we will provide that information. And the 3 that were arrested will appear in court on Monday. This morning, we will also, in concert with our stakeholders like your social development, NPA, and others. And we will sort also the services of an interpreter so that we can get clarity to some of the facts that are still not yet clear. And of course, the primary issue at the time was to ensure that those that are injured are taken to the hospital, and even the one who could explain is part of that process to ensure they assist in the hospital regarding their issues. So the investigation is ongoing. What is of crucial importance is that we have the joint police team has rescued the 26, and the suspicions are that there could have been more, because our preliminary investigation revealed that others had successfully left the properties and we could not be able to trace them. So that is why we appeal to the community, particularly in the area, to come forward should they see people that are running naked or trying to hide themselves without any clothes. They could possibly be linked to that incident of suspected human trafficking.
You are saying that those who are injured are in hospital, and those who are not injured, where are they?
Those that were not injured, they remained in the house for the better part of the morning, as we were there in the early hours of the morning, and they were taken by the police for processing. You know, when you are dealing with human trafficking victims, there's a certain protocol that you follow, and that ensures that you also sought the necessary assistance. That is why I mentioned earlier the social development, because there are places of safety around to ensure they're in a safe environment, and also they are calm, and we are able to source the services of an interpreter to be able to get the information that we seek from them. That would assist in ensuring that the investigation and prosecution of the suspect is a success.
How rife is human trafficking in South Africa?
Human trafficking is not only a South African challenge, it's all over the world. And of course, there are people who are interested, who have a keen interest in coming into South Africa. And as a result, because of the vulnerability of either looking for employment, seeking for better opportunities, and also not having the proper documentation, they end up being victims of human trafficking. So it is quite a serious problem, and this is not the first incident that we are investigating, particularly those nationals that are suspected to be Ethiopian. We had other incidents in the past, and where they are actually kept naked, particularly that modus operandi of keeping them naked, perhaps just to ensure that there is shame from escaping from the property. Perhaps that is the reason, and to humiliate them. So it's not the first incident.
Yeah, as you are saying, this is not a first incident that involves Ethiopian nationals. It seems as if they are a target.
Well, if you are vulnerable, you're looking for, better opportunities, and you don't have documentations to be in a particular country, you become victims. But you must also understand that it's not only them that are victims of human trafficking. People are trafficked in their own country. Others are trafficked in their own province. Others are trafficked in their own city. Somebody here in Pretoria can be taken from Hammanskraal and be kept against their will here in Pretoria CBD. So this issue of human trafficking is quite a serious problem. And from then they can exchange. If they are tired of you here, they sell you to the next bidder. You will be a new person there. So there is that use and reuse. Because you are human, you can be used and reused. So human trafficking is quite a serious challenge, and we are putting up a great fight, assisted by the NPA, of course, on the side of prosecution, and of course other partners like DSD and the NGO that are doing a great job in ensuring that when we find victims of human trafficking, they keep them in the place of safety and they receive necessary counseling, and then we are able to come back when they are even calmer, and we are able to interview them and get the information necessary that would ensure positive successful prosecution.
I know, Colonel Nkwalase, you are not from the Border Management Authority, but this talks about our porous borders. Do we have to be worried about our border?
Well, in the policing, we work hand in glove also. Border management is also our stakeholders. We have awareness campaign with them, and sometimes we work in operation with them. Crime is a serious matter because jumping the border is crime. And as the TPCI, our mandate may not necessarily be in the border, but as the TPCI, our mandate would include human trafficking. Where that interest overlaps, we work with partners, even with them. So crime is a serious problem in general in the country, and we are doing our best to collaborate with our partners in the law enforcement and even in other sectors to ensure that we fight crime holistically.
You can tell me, I heard that you said there are other 3 suspects that were arrested. Can we call them their kingpins?
What we can say at this stage is that clearly the trio that was arrested in possession of firearm, allegedly involved in keeping the 26 and others against their will, they cannot be working alone. There must be other people involved, and chances are those were the people that were ensuring safekeeping of the people that were kept against their will there. Without speculating, the investigation is ongoing, and we hope to address the syndicate holistically. And everyone involved. And of course, we will do that successfully with the help of other partners and role players. And hence, we are appealing also to communities. Those that may have seen naked people, they must come forward. And those that may have known of the activities that are happening in that property, we simply request them to come forward, and act as law-abiding citizen and act positively and assist the police in their investigation.
My last question would be, you are saying that you are expecting more arrests?
Well, the investigation will determine that, but certainly we are hoping to arrest more. We certainly don't think that the trio were acting alone. There must have been other role players. If those people were sold, there must have been other buyers for whatever reasons. So we really want to ensure that those that are committing human trafficking, which is a serious crime, we hope to bring them to book.
I know it's still early to tell us about the condition of those in hospital. Are you going to visit them soon?
Well, our team is already assisting, and those that will be appearing in court, they are also being processed similarly. They will be appearing more likely on Monday. So our team is out and about working, and of course ensuring that we secure, like I said, services of the interpreters as well as the social development and any kind of assistance that we have with our reliable partners.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
That was Colonel Nkwalase from the Hawks, DPCI, explaining to SABC about what transpired yesterday. He is telling us that they went to Sandringham in Johannesburg at around 9 p.m. The operation took around 5 or 6 hours because he's telling us that they left in the early hours of this morning. 26, we can confirm now that 26 undocumented Ethiopians were rescued in that house. He is telling SABC News that 3 suspects were arrested and they will appear in court on Monday. He is appealing or urging community members around that area and surroundings that if they notice people that are running around naked, they must inform the police as soon as possible because that might be the people that they are looking for.
Sure. What a concerning set of circumstances. Col Philani Nkwalase, live to us there from the country's capital. For now, thanks very much indeed.